Well, hi guys, we're back with some 3-minute action, so I'm diving straight into the mix here. I will play a longer time limit at some point, but maybe even in this session of chess. But I want to start with a little bit of quick fire stuff, just to wake myself up a little bit. It's a good way to get the juices flowing. If you saw my last blitz match against Danny Gormali, it wasn't so impressive, so I've got to prove to myself that I can still play quick chess. And I want to just today, I'm feeling quite good today, and I think a lot of chess is about how you feel psychologically. So today I just want to see how many games I'm capable of winning in a row. So actually what I might do, as soon as I lose a game, I might try different time limits, but I don't intend on losing any games. As it's quite quick, I won't be talking so much about the moves, but we'll have a little chat now and again. And okay, so this is basically Sicilian. My opponent has not played one of the main lines of Sicilian. He's gone for a more closed structure. So this generally means more slow maneuvering, as we often get in this type of structure. If I go e5, it can even resemble a which I might well do, puts myself in a pin though. I can even go g5. Let's try g5. Even resembles, I don't know what that means, resembles a Rule Lopez structure. But I'm going to go for kind of French idea here, d5 and knight to e4. That looks quite an active solution to the position. Maybe even f5 later on and try to get my favourite pawn, old Freddy, charging up the board. Okay, my opponent's sacrificing like this, which seems to me a little bit suspect. Not sure why he needed to do that. Okay, but then again, I probably should have just taken the rook last move as well. So pawn takes this one. Do I go rook takes? Maybe rook takes, but then my pawns... I've just realised if I go pawn takes, he has bishop check here and d5, which is most annoying. So maybe I have to try taking here first and now taking with the pawn. My whole idea is to go f5 and f4 and try to punish him for putting his bishop on g3. Exchange up should be quite okay, unless I fall for some trick. So this is the plan. This is my little mini challenge to see how many games in a row. I'm quite pumped at the moment. I need to wake up some quick chess, and we're just going to try to get my rather puny rating above 2,500. I want to challenge the likes of Nakamura. Okay, so my opponent's come into the position. Let's try to get the queens off, because his queen is a very annoying piece here. And he's playing quite a clever plan, actually, because now he wants to move his bishop here. Okay, can I... it's a good plan that my opponent's come up with here. Okay, I'm going to move my rook here to give myself some lateral defense here. For example, I'm hoping my rook is going to be a very useful defender in some situations. And here... Okay, this is not so clear. Right, so what do I do here? I want to go queen here, and I realise he takes on b6, which is a bit slack of me. And he's threatening, what's he threatening exactly? To take here and to take on h6. Not overly concerned by that, but I've got to move a bit quicker. Well, let's just defend things with my queen at the moment, so my queen can capture. I'm under a little bit of pressure here. Something like rook c1 would be a very good move. Oh god, that's an even better... Oh, flipping heck. Oh, I've just walked into it. I'll let him mate me. Oh dear, very poor play there. I'll let him mate me, give him the satisfaction. Well, there was I saying I'm in a good mood for some chess, and my bad chess continues. And I did say I was going to change time limits, but I need to somehow pick myself up out of this bad spot I've got myself into recently. I'm really not playing very well. So let's see if things can change. Well, Okay, I've played the Trompowsky here, which is an opening that was favoured by a number of English grandmasters in the past. And I'm going to try to play it with the move f4 coming in. Okay, I'm going to try to get a couple of wins, then I'll potentially try a longer time limit. So I'm going to go for a quick attack this time, f4, and try to get some action on the f file. That last game was a bit bit annoying. I fell into a very cheap trick at the end there. Respect to my opponent Nemo, Captain Nemo on the case, for spotting that win. Okay, right. Well, let's not completely crack up. I'm very tempted just to get all my pieces near to my opponent's king. Let's do that. What can fail if we get all my pieces near his king? Now I'm going to attempt to double. Oh, g6 then. Knight takes g6. Am I worried about that? Okay, I'll put it on f2 so my queen can escape if need be. And I obviously want to bring my other rook to f1. Then I can try to attack f7 at some point. Another idea here would be to try to kick away his bishop, g3 and h4. Can't play h4 immediately because I think he'd just take my pawn. So with that move, he's coming to attack my queen. And then he has the g4 square. So let's, thinking about my opponent's ideas, let's stopping having the g4 square. So okay, he can attack my queen, but now he can't go knight g4 or bishop g4. So even when you're attacking, you have to play these prophylactic moves to foresee your opponent's ideas. And here, well, I'm just gonna, okay, well, maybe I'll put my rook on the e file now. It looks like it might be better positioned here than the f file. And I mean, I could go e5, but my knight on d2, think about pieces that aren't doing anything. That piece was not doing anything. So what I'm going to try to do is bring that around to where it has better future. Maybe to g3, to f5, somewhere like that. Of course, I'm not worried about him taking a measly pawn, because that will give me time to hopefully build up some more pressure. So, okay, well, let's move it to g3. Looks like a decent enough square, with ideas of coming to f5 in some situations. And, okay, so he's pinned that one for now. Now just a little safety first move, so I give my knight extra protection. I'm not really in a rush at this moment. I mean, maybe I should be playing... Okay, well, now I think he's moved his knight away. I should be trying to do something in the centre here, so this e5 move makes sense. And if the knight comes in, maybe queen h5, something like this. And it's time to try to open up some lines now. His pieces are, to be fair, are quite well placed also on the king side. So probably a fairly even position here. Okay, well he's going for multiple exchange, but I think he's blundered now because I'm going to take on e6, and then I've got a pin on the f8 rook. So this is not good for him. And a little tactic to finish it off there. Rook takes e8 coming in next. Okay, well that's a little bit better. We'll have to keep that up, I think. What should we try now? Well, I'm going to try an opening called the Black Lion now, which I might well do a DVD on. A very interesting opening, this, against e4. And the way you play this, I want to go e5. And I have a particular idea in mind involving g5. So let's see. The idea is generally to go h6 and g5. This is the Black Lion. There was a great book written on this opening by, I can't recall the author's names, but very interesting idea to go g5, g4. Maybe I move my knight first. And the idea, g5, the knight comes to g6. This is the standard Black Lion setup. And it's very interesting opening because I got g4, rook g8, number of interesting attacking ideas like this coming in. But of course my king is on e8, so there are tactical points that I have to be aware of. But the tip, I mean, that's why it's an interesting double-edged position. So these basic 10 moves are the first setup of the black line, and I like dabbling with various openings. And this, if you're looking for an idea against 1e4, that's a little bit, shall we say, obscure, not as well analysed as some other openings, then the black line could well be an opening for you. And here, okay, so my opponent's plugged up things on the king's side for now. And so I'm even thinking of going bishop e6. Very intriguing idea. I am happy to double my pawns, I think, in some structures. I thought I was happy to do this. I mean, it was a very interesting type position. I love to castle here, but that would run into... Well, I can't castle at the moment, so what is my next plan? Sometimes it's not bad having double pawns like this, because in actual fact, they can control a number of central squares like f5. So here, I'm going to actually just try to put my king upon g7 and play like this. But there's no obvious way through on the king side yet. And my opponent playing sensible moves as well. Okay, well let's take control of some squares, and this move is interesting. I don't know if it's totally correct because bishop e3, and now bishop b4 was one idea I was trying to get to work. Should we give it a go? Let's give it a go. There's something a little bit fishy about it. Okay, we'll give it a go. We'll try this move. I'm a bit worried about some idea he takes my rook and goes e5. That would be the kind of thing I'm most concerned here, when he has some pressure against my king. So that's certainly a dangerous idea of his. Let's hope he doesn't play it, but I expect he will now. Okay, I'm not too concerned about this idea, because hopefully I can now play e5, and I don't have as many problems as I could have had. Okay, let's just double protect g4 and make sure everything's protected here. But maybe again his queen can come in on dart squares. This is quite annoying. Queen d2, queen h5. Good bit of infiltration there. Okay, I don't like this knight, so first of all I'm going to kick this knight away. But okay, my king, I think my king is a little bit less secure than my opponent's, so double-edged position here. But I think, yeah, rather than him going f3 first, he could have really put me under much more pressure by basically infiltrating his queen to g5. Because if you look at my king position, it's a little bit airy because my bodyguards Gary the g pawn, and okay, this is interesting now. I was going to say Gary the g pawn and his friend have moved away. Okay, what's happening here? Well, let's now both kings are quite open, so it's an interesting position. Gary and Harry, that's what I was going to say. Well, I don't know if f4 was his best position or idea. It could come down to the clock again. Now if he takes on b5, what are we doing here? Well, that looks a very logical move. Take on b5 for my opponent. Not sure why he needs to think so much about that move. Because his queen, if it gets to b5 again, can try to infiltrate horizontally through my position. So probably better than the way he's playing this anyway. Oh, he's got a big check there. That's quite frustrating. But he's seriously short on time, so we'll play upon his time a little bit as well. I mean, I've got decent centralization here, and this is I'm not sure why he did that. It's some kind of desperation check from him, which he really didn't need to do. But of course, he was very short of time, so that was his main issue. And as long as I don't lose on time, obviously I'm going to win this game, being a nice little piece up. If I say don't lose on time. Oh, he's annoying, isn't he? Bloody annoying. Checking me like this. And he's quite quick as well. Okay. So, okay, let's just try to create my own ideas. Thank you very much. Okay, so that was the black line. Not particularly convincing game, I must admit there, but still an interesting opening. So let's try the King's Gambit again, because the reason I'm going to play against this guy a bit longer is I haven't had a chance to test out the King's Gambit for a while. So this D6 move is a really, should we say, wet way of playing. This is a wet fish. If you play D6, are you a man or are you a mouse? You're a bloody mouse. You're a bloody mouse. And, you know, you can't play moves like this if you want to improve as a chess player, Mr. Mouse. But now we've got to punish the mouse for being a mouse. I mean, okay, it's not particularly, it's not saying that I'm much better here or winning, but it's just a really weak way of playing. It's playing with fear. And, you know, I don't agree with that way of playing. If your opponent plays an opening like the King's Gambit or something, you've got to join in the romantic fun. You can't say, oh no, it's getting interesting, I'm going to go away. I mean, that's just a pathetic attitude. And this pawn structure, one thing that people actually don't realise in the King's Gambit is that often the pawn structure, if white ever wins the pawn on f4 back, which I've done here, is very odd and it's very good for white, because you've got more pawns in the centre, you've got the f-file to attack along, and generally just a very comfortable position. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use my f-file again, like the game a couple of games ago in the King's Gambit, to attack along, and I'm also going to try to aim at his king a little bit. So maybe I'll just keep some pressure against g7, stuff like this. But positionally speaking, this position is better for me because I have more pawns in the centre. So it's not even a tactical reason for this, it's positionally speaking. Okay, well that makes sense, but let's break with e5. My pieces are well placed to try and break. Now if I go d4, that'd be a big error because I give away this square here. So my knight, again, think of your worst placed pieces, try to put them on better squares. I want to put it on d4, but he should probably put his knight on e6 here, which of course he does. Now let's just move my bishop away for now. And okay, this is not so great for me anymore because he's got nice blockade on my pawn here. So probably actually a fairly, I would say, fairly even position now. So how do I keep the pressure up? Well, I'm going to try, if he goes g6 to defend his pawn, maybe I can consider g4 because I have the f-file under control. But my knight and bishop, bad pieces. I mean, when you're trying to assess a position, think about all your pieces. Okay, so if I take that, he takes with his queen, defends like that. Okay, well let's do that and try to swap off his strong blockading knight there on e6. So I can get rid of this piece. Would be quite handy for the future of my e pawn. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Now let's give that a bit of extra protection. Very tempted to go queen f4 and go for an ending because of my protected passed pawn, but there's no need to rush this, I don't think. And my pawn structure here is much better than my opponent's because this pawn, and he has no pawn breaks. I have this passed pawn. Just in case this file opens, I'm going to move my king off the h file. No need to rush. Let's just see if any way to improve the position little by little. Okay, and my opponent is also trying to do that. Okay, well let's go back here. So I have ideas of going h5 at the right moment. Now, ooh, g4 is... Okay, let's go g4. He's kind of walked into that as well. And now I will go for the ending, which I think should be good for me because of my past e-pawn. And I don't want to allow him to go rook g6 where he activates. So first I go h5, keep his rook passive. Very important rule in rook endings, to try to keep your opponent's rook as passive as possible. Always look for ways to eliminate your opponent's activity. So now my opponent has gone to try to get active this way. So he needs to try to get his rook to the b file, but that will allow my rook to come into the position. But first and foremost, king first. Let's use my king to the maximum. No point allowing to take my pawn for free. And my king has landed. Okay, rook here now. Giving me chances of coming in. And now it should be very easy here. My e-pawn is going to be far too strong for him. Well, my e-pawn and my d-pawn. So again, no hope for him in these rook endings. Okay, well let's just take that last pawn of his. Not give him any hope at all. And of course he can mess about a little bit if he wants to, but there is no hope here for him. Okay, well King's Gambit seems to be going well, and if you want to get my DVD on the King's Gambit, then you can, of course, well, we don't sell it in GingerGM.com anymore, but I do actually sell it, Chessbase sell it. So go to the Chessbase website and you'll be able to find more copies of that. Okay, well, he's had enough. Who can blame him? Let's just see if we get a game against someone else. Getting a bit bored of playing the same guy. So we'll just see if there's anyone else up for a little fight online. Well, okay, that didn't go too badly. The first game went badly, but after that improved. Still nice to get some King's Gambits in. I mean, I haven't had many King's Gambits for a while. Great fun opening to play a King's Gambit. Really is a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. We got Hai Gong from Vietnam, and I'm going to stick rather than Dutch. Let's play some. Oh, he's now playing the Tromp. So how about this? This opening now is called the Delayed Madman Tromp Gambit. I just made that up, by the way. No idea what this is called. And it kind of just giving him free tempo for nothing. But, you know, you've got to have a sense of humour when you play chess. Now, the knight has created some weaknesses, and now Gary comes up the board. Do not try this at home, ladies and gentlemen. Not to be tried, this crazy idea. And it comes out again. Here it comes. And now we're going to hop out over here, trying to get rid of his bishop. But my bishop has moved a lot of times. Okay, so let's attack the centre. If he takes... Okay, well now I think it's time to get rid of this now. Or do I go queen here first? Trying to get compensation like this. Let's move my queen over here. I'm trying to get a bit tactical on my opponent at the moment. Not sure if this is going to work or not. Now I get rid of this bishop. Kind of relying on dart squares here to do something. But I don't want to give up this lovely bishop. But if I don't, his knight is coming in here later on, which is awfully annoying. So what do I do? Been a bit of a dubious experiment, this one. Okay, well I'll take that one anyway, and I'll just try to castle. I have to allow his knight to sit upon this outpost on d5, I think. Okay, time to castle. We've got to get castled. So yeah, I'm not worried about him taking my d pawn. This is not such concern in such positions. I just want to go. If I can get my knight and bishop out, who knows, might be okay. Got an extra bishop, but so okay, it's a fairly unbalanced position. And again, I think if I start defending this pawn, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to defend that pawn really. I think I'm just going to have to let him have it, and try to play around it. You know, I want to swap off my light square bishop for his knight, because one of the key things I've got in this position is control of some dart squares. For example, d4 and e5, which is knight guards. So if I can swap off his knight, that gives me better control over these important dart squares. That's the idea. Will it work? Who knows? So my opponent is now avoiding that. So instead, I'm going to try and get rid of his knight here. But I pushed his knight now to well, he's pushed his own knight, should I say, to a passive square. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of this knight. That knight was pissing me off. So we can't have that. And now if pawn takes... Okay, now should my knight go to d4 or should it go to e5? E5 looks a more solid square, but then he goes f4. Then I can come back again, or I take his bishop. Where is the correct square? Wow, okay, maybe it was d4, not sure. f4 is a slightly annoying move here. Okay, let's stop him playing f4 for now. And his pieces are coming in. Problem is, he's got very good control of this square c8 with his bishop, and now f4 is coming. Okay, well let's step out of the way of that, shall we? Now I can try to go knight e7 now and play like this. A bit worried about. Okay, well, the queen's looking very dangerous. Okay, comes in anyway with his queen. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this so much now. Things are going a bit wrong here. My position is looking a little bit shaky, especially with his rook coming in as well. The issue is, in a lot of these positions, I can't go rook c8. Oh, that one. Missed that one, of course. Shaky position for me, definitely. So, okay, I'm going to have to try some desperation tactics here in the middle. But they don't deserve to work, do they? Okay, is he going to make me here? Well, I hope not, is all I can say. Looks shaky though, doesn't it? This looks well shaky. 22 seconds. Okay, not the best of games here. Probably should stick to the Dutch. So how does he finish me off? I mean, I'm trying to get some counterplay in the centre here. Maybe I should just... Okay, right. What the hell is that? I don't want to work that crap out now. That was what we call a mind bender move. Okay, but I don't know if it's the best, because now surely I'm okay, positionally speaking. Let's just put my pieces on sensible squares. My rooks have great control here. Hey, Shiza. Shiza! Too slow, Simon! Move quicker! What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going for a king run. But it's all about the clock, and unfortunately, this is... oh, come on, Simon. You're so slow. Unbelievable slowness in this game. You have to really pick this up a little bit. Oh, come on. Okay. So come on, quick, Simon! Quick! 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 Oh, rook c3! What a bastard! Rook b2! Oh! Yay! As smooth as a piece of sandpaper. Oof. Ah, it's nice to be the quicker player for a change. Well, that was just abysmal. It's time to get Harry motoring up the board after that one. Okay, now I'm playing an opening called the Shuffle Duck, which again comes with a health warning. You see, as my play, as the games progress, my openings get more and more weirder, don't they? I don't know what I'm doing. The last opening, if that wasn't weird enough, I mean, what the hell is the Shuffle Duck? Did I just make that name up? I don't know. Well, this is the Shuffle Duck, whatever Shuffle Duck is. And again, this is just weird. Absolutely weird. I mean, what on earth is this? I don't know. I mean, you certainly won't see this in your normal opening publication. Okay, well, it's a position. That's all we require in life. And hello, here comes the shuffle duck. And that's my shuffle duck impersonation of the shuffle duck shuffling its way along. And somehow my position does not seem too terrible, does it? Even though, look at the H-pawn. That H-pawn can be proud of itself, shuffling its way into the position like that. Good old shuffle duck. No idea where the name came from. The shuffle duck, loving it. Loving you, shuffle duck. And, okay, well, what is happening? Let's not get too optimistic about my position. I don't think it should be that optimistic, should it? I'm going to go for simple play now. And I just got to be careful of him breaking with e4. Okay, but this opening, I believe, actually, I'm quite happy the way this has panned out, this opening. I mean, it seems to me that he's got quite a lot of pawn weaknesses. My H-pawn, the shuffle duck, has actually made quite an impact on his position. Maybe I'm being a bit optimistic. Okay, he can always break with e4. That's where his counterplay he relies on this move e4. But I've got ideas. Knight f7 now. Knight takes e5. And I've got pressure on the c file. Half open file. And if I ever win this h7 pawn, well, I probably win the game. So let's now activate the rook a little bit. Do I castle? Well, oh, he's going to try to take my knight. Okay. I quite like my knight for some reason. Let's just move my knight back. I don't really want to allow him to take that one. And just pressurize some of his bits and bobs here. Well, not his actual bits and bobs. That'd just be rude. Okay, and now I'm going to try to exchange bishops off so my knight can secure itself a good square. So this is the idea of this maneuver. And okay, now my other rook belongs on c1. So positionally, this opening has worked quite well for me. I believe I'm quite happy with this. And he has some pawn weaknesses that he's going to have to defend and struggle to defend. But his knight's very strong, so maybe I'm just being optimistic, overly optimistic as I always am. I say his knight's strong, so that now points me in the right direction of what I should be doing next, trying to eliminate his knight. Hello, Poppy. Hello, Poppy the cat. How are you doing? Just had a cat come in. It's our friendly cat. It's probably seeing what I'm talking about. It's a very nice cat, unless it doesn't bite. Do you want to come up here and say hello to the people at home? And there's Poppy the cat. Very friendly cat when it doesn't attack you. Yeah, okay. It's a lucky cat. Right. Anyway, back to the game. So, well, I mean, we can see that again. This has been a success. I've got knight d7 coming, and my opponent's position is his pawns are crumbling. So here we go. Just again, I've got to avoid blundering somehow, which I do often. Well, I say often. It does. In this time limit, anything's possible. Okay. But I still think old shuffle duck the h-pawn could be the winner of the day here. And let's just see. Shuffle duck h-pawn. If I can win his h7 pawn, can it be Harry the shuffle duck h-pawn? That is the pawn that deserves to win this game. Okay, my opponent making life a little bit difficult for me here, which of course he should be doing. Now, do I allow his rook in? No, I've got to think of another plan here. I don't want him to win this, do I? How do I win this position? This is I'm messing this up a little bit. Let's try going forwards. G5, I come back. I don't know if that helps me at all. I was thinking it could be give me another square for my knight. But of course it gives him another square. But as soon as he moves my knight, my rook comes in. So this is the idea that I'm trying to get to work. This one. So I can get my shuffle duck pawn going. I've spent a lot of time coming up with that plan though. Okay, and now a sweet little tactic. Hello. Goodbye. Thank you very much, shuffle duck. Just going to see if Poppy the cat is Still looking at me like I'm a maniac. Okay, well, there you go. That was the shuffle duck in action. And what can we try now? So this is the weird and the wonderful, the day of the weird and wonderful. So he's gone e4. What else can we do? Well, come on. It can't be weird and wonderful unless it is a grob. So we are going to try the grob now. And this is the reverse grob. One of my heroes, Mike Basman. My opponent is kibitzing me to go f6 in that position, allowing queen to h5, checkmate. He can't be getting that desperate yet, can he? One of my heroes in chess is a international master from England, Michael Basman, who was an absolute legend of English chess. And one of his favourite openings was the grob. He quite an eccentric chess player, but also a guy who has to be said pretty genius player. So I'm gonna do this for Basman, and now we have again. Okay, I've got to remember not to put my knight on b4 here because a queen a4 check. So we've got to put it in this central square. Very strange structure. And what's happening here? Well, I think always in these positions you need to play c6 so the queen can sort of trickle out into the game. And that is exactly the case here. And of course I just want to play sensible moves, I think, to continue this position. Now, the only problem I got is I kind of wondering if I should castle kingside. Again, I don't like move my king when it's so my pawns are not so close and hugging it, and they're not hugging it in this position. So that is the problem. Oh, that's a good move for my opponent. I missed that move. Very nice intermezzo move that called. So he can take there with his knight. Okay, but my queen does come in now to d4. Interesting position again. My pawn structure is diabolical though. Really disgusting pawn structure here. My pieces are very good though, so I think this should be full compensation now. Now if I can't move this bishop. If I give him the f5 square, I can basically resign this game. So I really can't do that. I mean, we can go for an ending by taking here. Maybe that's not so terrible. But again, okay, let's just move the bishop here first, because I saw some tactical problems happening on the d file in that last variation. So maybe this makes more sense to play here. I've got to keep control of the f5 square of my bishop. Imagine his knight coming in. That'd be a real pain. Okay, well, it's the weird and wonderful openings today. This is, I don't know, they seem to be going quite well. So my challenge to get the rating up to a nice 2500. Okay, now his c pawn is weaker than my d pawn, so I'm quite happy with the way this is going. Some point I want to move my rook here. I've got to not forget about my h pawn though. But okay, I mean, I probably should. Why didn't I? I mean, I suppose I could not have taken that last move. Okay, that's a good move for my opponent. So my h pawn's quite annoying actually. In a lot of positions, my h pawn, because his knight is a real target. So that is an annoying thing to consider. But I've also therefore got to think that his h pawn could be a target I should be attacking with knight g6. So I've got nice central pieces, but yeah, knight g6. Just thinking along. Well, okay. I mean, why not grab the a pawn first? If he's just going to give me pawns, I will take them. And okay, if his knight comes in, he gets a good square for a move. Let's bring my bishop back, cover all those threats. And now, a knight g6, he would have gone f5, winning a piece. So let's stop him going f4 and hit that pawn, as mentioned before. Very logical play here. Not doing anything particularly special. I'm just playing normal moves. happy to swap more pieces off if that occurred. That's a good move. That's a tricky little move he's played, because he wants to go rook here now, and that was a tricky move he came up with. He's trying to trap my knight out of the game, so it's clever play that. I shouldn't have allowed that. You see, yeah, very clever play by my opponent. My knight is now not on the best square, so I need to bring my rook around to give it some extra protection. And again, a little bit concerned about my time, and even my position is not becoming so great here. Okay, well let's just push the pawn. Time's running out. You've got to use your pawns. I mean, don't need to start rushing into taking his pawns yet. Okay, messed this up a little bit, haven't I? Or maybe a lot of bit. I don't know. Right. Well, let's just keep going with Harry the A pawn. Okay, go move quick. Come on, Harry. Very slow I'm moving at the moment, and time to speed up now. Check. So what? Okay, got to move quickly here. And I'm relying on this pawn. Nearly got myself mated there. Close, but no cigar. Oh, God. Really living on the edge here a bit, aren't I? Time and everything is on the edge. What am I doing? I'm not even sure what my plan is here. Okay. Okay, quick. Just got to move quick. That kind of wasn't calculated particularly well. This is going horribly wrong, isn't it? Horribly wrong. I really messed this up. Got to try to hustle this guy somehow. How? How do I hustle? Oh, I've hustled myself. What a bloody idiot! Oh, jeez. Come on. You can play better than this, Simon. What's he doing? Oh, dear. Well, I actually even feel rather sorry for my opponent there, because what did he do? Did he have a colony at the end or something? What was that all about? That was really bad, actually. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was okay. Well, I'm going to take it. I'm gonna take it. Of course. I mean, oh dear. Never in doubt. Harry the H pawn came through. My opponent wasn't. Yeah, that was unbelievable. That was lag. People are saying I should have resigned. Well, no, I shouldn't resign. You got to beat me. You don't win games from resigning. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, bad sportsmanship from GM. Bad. Oh, what can I say? Go. Who cares? It's chess. It's blitz chess. If you haven't got a good enough computer, go away. Leave me alone. Okay, there you go. Right. Well, let's try another one. Actually, one of the best compliments I got the other day is that someone said I look like this guy, which I don't quite see the similarity. I've got a bit of work to do before my beard and my face changes to that. Okay, so what can we do now? Let's try old Harry again. Here comes Harry. I'm loving these weird and wacky openings today. We're just going to have a bit of fun. And I've got carried away again. I was only supposed to play a couple of games, but seems to be going all right. Well, maybe I should have resigned that last game, but I've lost so many games through lag. I don't know if that's rude or not. I mean, time is part of the game, and should I have resigned? What do you guys think? Maybe I should have. I'm starting to feel a bit guilty now. Not too much, mind you, just a little bit. So if you've been watching my videos before, it's not like it hasn't happened to me. So there we go. Okay, so what on earth is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, same old rubbish. Here comes Gary. Really not the best of moves here. What am I doing? By the way, do not play chess like the way I'm playing today. This is not how I teach chess, and you won't see this in any GingerGM DVD productions, because it will come with an 18 or XXX certificate. It's very bad for your health playing like this. Okay, well, I say that. I'm feeling that my development somehow is better than my opponent's. Don't know how. Don't deserve to have a position like this. Okay, dokie. What do we do next? Kind of want to go b5, but b6 is probably a little bit circumspect. What's he doing over there? I don't know. a5. I don't know. Just like want to maybe go bishop a6. Not sure if my bishop wants to go a6 or b7 yet. So just keeping the possibilities alive. Okay, so my opponent has now made a decision over on this side. Probably quite a wise decision. And interesting position. This very interesting position. Okay, well let's not mess about. Let's just go. Let's try to attack. So let's just keep going on this side of the board. He's castled over there. I see a target, so let's try to attack that target. Castling. Can I really castle? That. Oh, I don't know. It's a bit too much, isn't it? It's even a bit too much for me, that one. Okay. Well, he's castled. I haven't castled. Which is the better king position here? I don't know. Well, he can move his queen in. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? All right. Okay, well, let's get rook c8 as a backup plan for me. And now, if I go here, can he take it? Do I have a good discovered check? Probably not, because he has bishop there. So, I would rather have my king anywhere else at this moment in time. Well, let's defend that one, because I don't want to lose my c pawn. I don't mind losing my a pawn, because that will give me an attack on the a file later on. But the one thing, if I can magically move my king over to the king side so I can connect my rooks, I'd be feeling a lot more happy here. First things first, let's get my queen to a more active square. It wasn't doing anything on g6, so let's get it either around into the game or lined up against some more, shall we say, bare areas in my opponent's position. Also can now come into d4. Looks like quite a good square. And maybe he should go bishop e3, but then I just get my pawn back at least. Oh, that looks like a very strange square, but he's okay. He's got some point. He wants to take this one. Interesting move from my opponent, actually. Look peculiar, but actually very interesting. Okay, let's work this out then. Yeah, that's a good move, that, actually. Well, okay. I mean, I'm a couple of pawns down here. But I suppose it's rather unbalanced, this position, because his pieces are still going to struggle to get in the game. And I get one pawn back now. I mean, his bishop, how does he move his bishop and rook? So I'm kind of playing two pieces up temporarily. Okay, well, that does allow me now to go there. And I don't think there's any tactics I have to be fearful of, is there? Don't know. If he checks, knight takes d6. So let's get my... Aha, and now he wants to take and go bishop there. So first of all, I guard my rook and attack his bishop. This looks all right for me. And I just have to watch out for tactics. Somehow I've ended up pawn up now. Unbelievably. Okay, now it's time to do a little bit of manoeuvring with my horsey. Coming into b3. I also have bishop c2 check as an interesting idea here. Well, let's try that one. It looks very, very interesting move to play. So if he comes to the a file, I had rook checkmate in some positions, but this wins the exchange. Ah, maybe not wins the exchange. Okay. And okay, yeah, I mean, this is, well, time situation. My opponent is in trouble again, but I would imagine that he's doing okay as long as he doesn't lose this H pawn. And as soon as I say that, it looks like that one is a goner. Time, no. Time is key, always. Got a little idea here of... Oh, no, I can't play it yet. I was going to take his bishop. Well, my opponent's just... Oh, he's very quick, though, so let's not lose on time. Okay, that seemed to work all right. Obviously, I always try to play 2 games against each opponent. I mean, it's a bit of a binge I'm having here, a bit of a 3-minute binge. Don't normally crack on like this. Okay, he doesn't want to play anymore. Let's see if I can get... I'd rather play... Let's see if I can get another GM somehow. If somehow I can potentially get a game against the GM, then it'll be nice to finish on that. I'm just going to challenge some of the opponents here, see if they fancy a game. Okay, I mean, maybe it wasn't the most impressive chess display by me today with some rather underhand tactics. But when people say you should resign in blitz chess, I don't understand. I don't really understand what that means. You can resign if you're completely lost, but when you're both short on time, then why should one side resign? Because, you know, this game is about time, and it's about playing quickly. It's not like a proper, you know, I don't know, long play game. It's called blitz chess for a reason. So, oh, Chess Explained. Let's see if we can get old Chess Explained a game, shall we? That'd be good if we can get him a game. He's not taking any challenges. Well, obviously fearful. So I'm just going through the field, but it doesn't look like many people want to play at the moment, which is a bit annoying. Oh, what happened there? Didn't mean to. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do funny things like that. Okay, well, we're back again with the board. Obviously pressed the wrong thing there. Right, just going to see if I can get another game. If not, we'll call it a day. I've got some work to do. I'm wasting too much time playing this blitz, but you know, in the action for some funky stuff today, so it's been quite fun playing a bit of blitz. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to do something a bit more constructive next time. I was going to play long play today, which I'll do next time. I'll definitely start with some longer time controls, because obviously this time limit is not everyone's cup of tea, shall we say. Certainly not. Come on, don't you guys want to play a game of chess? Game of chess? Obviously not. No one's in the mood. We'll give it another minute and then we'll log off. But anyway, thanks for watching a little blitz session. Give me your opinion whether I should have resigned that game or not. Maybe I was a bit rude. You decide. You know, maybe I just shouldn't play on in situations like that. I'll try to play a bit more longer time limit next time, so some 5-minute chess, so I can really, well, not 5-minute, 15-minute chess, so I can really talk about the ideas that are going on during the game, which may be more useful for you at home. This is a bit quicker, faster, a bit more random, and you know, it's quite fun, but probably not that much good to improve your chess. Okay, well, cheers everyone. Thanks for viewing. Looks like no one else is up for a game. They've probably got me on the blacklist now, so I will call it a day. Cheers. Until next time. Bye.